Today, I'm diving into the world of Gen Z and their impact on the 2024 election. Can I find out if they really hold the key to deciding it all? Gen Z, born between 1997 and 2012, is growing up to be a powerful force in American politics. As they come of age, they're becoming a significant demographic, making up a substantial portion of eligible voters. Their unique perspectives, shaped by growing up in a time of rapid technological change, social media saturation, and global uncertainty, are poised to reshape the political landscape. With their influence, they have the potential to make or break candidates, shape policy, and even decide the outcome of elections. Despite their growing influence, Gen Z faces numerous challenges that could hinder their participation in the 2024 election. Political disillusionment is rampant among this age group, with many feeling their voices aren't being heard and that the political system is rigged against them. Misinformation and disinformation spread like wildfire on social media, making it difficult for them to discern fact from fiction. Furthermore, voter suppression tactics, such as voter ID laws and restricted voting hours, disproportionately affect young people of color and low-income communities, making it harder for them to exercise their right to vote. In addition to these barriers, Gen Z is also dealing with the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has disrupted their education, employment, and social lives. This has led to increased anxiety, depression, and feelings of uncertainty about their future. It's no wonder that many are turned off by politics and don't see the point in participating. However, despite these challenges, there are reasons to believe that Gen Z will still make their mark on the 2024 election. Many are passionate about issues that affect their communities and their futures, and they're not afraid to take action. Climate change, social justice, and economic inequality are top of mind for this generation, and they're demanding that politicians take concrete steps to address these pressing concerns. The climate crisis, in particular, is an issue that resonates deeply with Gen Z. They're the ones who will inherit the planet, and they're determined to hold leaders accountable for their actions. Social justice is another area where Gen Z is leading the charge. They're calling out systemic racism, advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, and fighting for gender equality. These are issues that will drive them to the polls and inspire them to hold politicians accountable. The 2024 election will be a critical moment for Gen Z to assert their power and make their voices heard. It's an opportunity for them to demonstrate that they're not just a bunch of apathetic, entitled kids, but rather a force to be reckoned with. If they turn out in large numbers, they could potentially decide the outcome of the election. If they don't, they risk being left behind and having their futures shaped by others. One recent example that showcases Gen Z's ability to drive change is the March for Our Lives movement. This student-led initiative, sparked by the Parkland school shooting, brought together millions of young people across the country to demand stricter gun control laws and safer schools. The movement's success demonstrates that when Gen Z puts their minds to something, they can achieve remarkable results. Another example is the activism around climate change, led by figures like Greta Thunberg and Xutiscatl Martinez. These young leaders have mobilized millions of people worldwide to take action on the climate crisis, pushing governments and corporations to take bold action. These movements show that Gen Z is capable of galvanizing entire communities and driving meaningful change. The 2024 election will be a pivotal moment in Gen Z's political awakening. Will they seize the opportunity to shape their own futures, or will they let others decide for them? One thing is certain, Gen Z has the power to make a difference, and it's up to them to use it. So, what do you think? Will Gen Z decide the 2024 election? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos on political engagement and social activism.
We heard how Gen Z thinks. Now, let's get into the tough questions. Why does Gen Z believe in these big issues? Why? They don't have the experience. They don't have the experience. You see, life is about a lot of big decisions, right? What are we going to do? How are we going to deal with these countries? How are we going to deal with these groups of people? Usually nothing's ever done. That's how the world works. People have these grand ideas, and then to execute these grand ideas for 300 million people, that's a very difficult thing to do. No matter what the thing, if you want to get everyone a white t-shirt, to actually execute getting everyone in the country a white t-shirt. But certain things have to be done, you know? Somehow giving trophies to everyone, making everyone believe in make-believe just because of their feelings, being raised by single mothers. There's nothing wrong with single mothers, but in houses where there's just one parent, you need another perspective. Without the complete opposite perspective, you know, you're just lost. You're lost in all of the information, all of the data, all of the numbers, all of these statistics. Things that they care about, climate change. So the planet's getting warmer. You know, I've seen reports by scientists that are saying we're actually in a mini ice age. But if you tell that to these people, these self-vindicated moral police, safety patrol officers, if you tell them, you know what, you could be wrong. What if you're wrong? Who's got the heart? Who's got the heart to tell them? When you do tell them, they believe they're right. That's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. They know just enough to be considered smart, but not functionally smart. They have no clue how to use and manipulate the data to see the truth. I used to believe in the research that doctors did, you know? If I read a peer-reviewed research paper, my conclusion was usually, okay, this is very interesting, insightful. Not these kids. Oh no. Oh no. You print out a research paper, they are using it as if it's the last testament of the Bible. And that's great and all. Got somebody driving really fast down the street for no reason at, what time is it? It's almost 6 a.m. It's okay though. You know, we're not gonna let that perturb us. If you listen to the beginning of the video, you guys are probably gonna have to go back and listen again. The stuff they believe, stricter gun control laws, huh? Have you ever been to the hood? Have you driven through the hood? Maybe had to stop at one of those gas stations where everyone likes to hang out for no reason? What's wrong with these kids? What's wrong with these young adults? They believe the opposite of reality. No. You're going to fight against criminals without guns? Y'all want to take people's guns away? What? That's the whole crime issue. You know, my father was killed, was murdered by a Haitian gang. I really believe in having weapons. I really believe in having guns. You know, some of the stuff that they believe. We shouldn't have strict voter ID laws because everyone doesn't need to have an ID. No, people are just walking around without IDs. No one has an ID these days. Yeah, it was pretty much the weird climate stuff. Social justice? What? But you never see these kids giving money to the homeless. You never see them doing that. But they believe in social justice. They make fun of the poor kids, but they believe in social justice. Okay. Let's see. Economic inequality. Y'all have heard that word. Economic inequality. Economic inequality. Economic inequality. You know what that is? That's code word for if I bust my butt saving up, being frugal, practicing a minimalistic lifestyle, that means some of my extra savings and surplus should be allocated to someone that does whatever they want to do. They use up all of their resources. Now they want mine. Now they want my resources. What kind of world do we live in where I save my hard-earned pennies, and now because you don't save your pennies, I should give you my pennies? What? This is why Rogue I don't believe in any of that stuff. I think most of the social causes, other than lower taxes, other than harder penalties for criminals, so that way they get their act together, like seriously get their act together. And if they can't, you shouldn't be out here roaming with everybody else. Sorry. If you can't follow the rules all of us abide by, you don't deserve to be running around with everybody. Going on vacations. Y'all saw what they did with the PPP loans. Everybody got a PPP loan. Yeah, Gen Z was a part of that too. Yeah, money glitch. That's what they called it. Infinite money glitch. Yeah, that was one of the first ones. The PPP loans that people signed their name and borrowed $25,000, $50,000. Oh yeah, the infinite money glitch. Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah, all those people going to prison now. All of them are going to prison now. So the video is titled, Will Gen Z Decide the 2024 Election? Hell no. Get out and vote. We can't let these kids decide anything. They don't read books. They watch TikToks. I gotta go. Rogue out.